My Senna is getting poked down quite a bit, and we lose huge amount of pressure, and then she burns flush and she gives the first blood. Senna gets caught again, so she already died twice. So right now Senna stays in lane again, and she dies third time. So right now there was some heavy trading. Caitlyn is still staying in the lane, but our Senna dies again. Hello guys, and welcome back to the series reclaiming rank 1 Nilah EUW. So what are we waiting for? Let's get to it. Alright, so right now our goal as level 1 with Nilah is to make sure that we get the push in the lane, right? Because I have Senna, and I noticed that a lot of people struggle to play with Senna support, so I want to go more in depth in laning phase to discuss how to approach level 1, level 2, right? What to do and so on and so forth, right? So things first, my Senna is getting poked down quite a bit, and we lose huge amount of pressure, and then she burns flush and she gives the first blood. And the problem is, this happens quite a lot with the Senna players, so yeah, it's gonna be quite more difficult, especially against a bard who's a one-trick. So right now, Senna came back into the lane. She's still level 1, I'm level 3. So okay, I see that the Caitlyn oversteps, and what do? I instantly go on her and just ghost in, and I get a kill. After getting a kill, I make sure that I push in the wave in, and after I push in the wave in, I reset, and after I reset, I buy 2 longswords and a refillable. So right now, I'm literally resetting, and then my Senna randomly stays in lane and starts auto-attacking the turret. And I ping her back, but the thing is, she listened, but it's a bit too late now. I think she didn't listen. She still stayed and pressured, and now Lily is bot, and now Senna gets caught again, so she already died twice before 4-minute mark. And you might say that's gonna be quite a difficult game because of that, but yeah, and she says Wolf, like, oh my god. So after we come back to the lane, we're just slow pushing the wave in, we see that the aggressive stop side. After we shove the wave, right, the bard is roaming as well, so we're gonna look to dive the Caitlyn right now, but my Senna gets poked down a lot. So because my Senna got poked down, we will probably won't be able to dive. I mean, I'm still looking for a dive because it's a big wave, and yeah, I just W in, and then I go, okay. And I trade 1 for 1, but because we're losing a huge wave, this is both for us. So you should always try to look for our dives whenever you see that enemy support is roaming, and you see the enemy jungler as well. It's gonna be an ideal scenario. Also, go Dirk and the longsword if you're able to afford it, right? Even if you're using the futures market, while getting it, make sure that you utilize it. So right now Senna stays in lane again, and she dies third time before 6-minute mark, and she types Worf. Oh my god, and of course there's some toxicity in the chat, but it's alright. Right now we got level 6, and I know there's a wave next to our turret, but we have to help our jungler out. So what do? We go ER into them, I use the W, and then I get the Graves, and after I get the Graves you get a bard as well. Sadly the Caitlyn escapes, and I could use the Ghost to chase her down, but I feel like, no, it's okay, 2 kills are fine, right? And I'm gonna be shoving in the wave, and after I shove in the wave I'm gonna be resetting and going for a pickaxe. So right now I go for a bush cheese. You always want to try to cheese, and of course enemy bard is roaming, and I wait for the Caitlyn to use her Q, and I try to run her down. I run her around the trap. I cancelled 2 auto attacks and I couldn't get her. Oh my god, I was so sad about it, man. I mean, yeah, it is how it is, and of course there's skirmishes going on the top side of the map. And right now this is really important because Caitlyn is low, so I just walk forward to her and just freeze the wave to make sure that she stays. And after that I'm gonna be looking for all in, then I get my ultimate back. So right now I'm positioning myself aggressively, I'm looking for a pick. Sadly she's positioning quite well and it's difficult to find it. And then we trade flash for flash, which is still war for us, making our wave still in great spot. After that, we make sure that we do the same exact thing, which is dragging the wave out and keeping the freeze. Also, we checked and that bush is worth it, so whenever the minions are focusing in the bush, you know it's worth it. So right now there was some heavy trading. Caitlyn is still staying in the lane, but our Senna dies again, and she's 0-4 in minute 10, and this is master tier. This is mid master tier elo. And right now, what am I doing? I'm making sure to look for a cheese, right? This is really important, to look for cheeses as much as possible. So right here, I'm just chilling, and then I see the Caitlyn recalling. I ER into her, and then I just run her down. After I run her down, I make sure to push out the waves. Also, Lilia comes, and she probably doesn't she have Herald? I think she does. Yeah, she does have a Herald, so I'm just fake recalling, and I'm pinging on my way, right? No, Lilia was pinging on my way. So my goal right here was just to fake recall because nothing better to do. And right now, the Bard uses the ultimate on the turret, and we don't get the plates. And I don't go for those 2 caster minions because the Greaves is coming, and I have 2k gold. You never want to overstay in the lane, and you want to make sure that you're spending all your gold and you're not sticking with like 1k 2k gold, right? And you should always prioritize crit cloak over the warhammer, right? Because yeah, I'm just a little bit frustrated about the Senna just zooming into her. And yeah, you should always prioritize the crit over the warhammer because your ability scales so well with the crit. So right now Senna is just 1v1ing the enemy the enemy Caitlyn, and she does it. She actually kills the enemy Kate 1v1, which is quite amazing, not gonna lie. So right now, because enemy Caitlyn is dead, I want to shove in the wave, and you usually don't use your E on the wave, but you need to make sure to use your E on the wave whenever you go for like a cannon, right? Maybe you might miss a cannon, and then yeah, so you should only use your E's probably for cannons, right? So right here we're just pushing the wave in, right? We're gonna look for a dive on Caitlyn because Bard is still roaming. We saw Greaves mid, so we're not afraid of anyone. So right now I just ER, I walk out of the... Oh, okay, I auto attack one more and then walk out of the range, and I'm half HP. I use my 2 refillable potions, and we get the turret. So right now I'm gonna be pushing one more wave because I'm not afraid of anyone. I saw everyone on the map, right? So I need to make sure to shove in the wave in and then look for a reset. So we resetted, we bought BF sword, right, which is really nice. And right now we're just pushing the mid wave. And when you push out the mid wave, you always want to look for plays around the map. So right now we see the Bard, and I'm pinging the Bard because, I mean, it's a free pick on the Bard, why not, right? Also, we already pushed out the mid wave, so our first priority should be pushing out the mid wave. Our second priority should be going for the kills, right? Okay. I flash the Orianna ult, and then we're gonna run down the Orianna as well. And you can see how valuable Ghost is on Nilah. So I used to be a cleanse enjoyer, but right now the meta has shifted, right? Right now the games are lasting way longer, right? And usually, yeah, it's gonna be better to have a Ghost, right? So right now we're trying to look for a dive on the Caitlyn, but it doesn't work out, so we're just focusing the turret. Our main priority is to get the turret and pressure the Caitlyn away from it. So right now we have 1.8k gold, so we're still gonna push one more wave, and then after you push in the wave, we're gonna look for a reset, and our goal would be to buy Navori and Crit Cloak. So in this game, I opt in for Tabbies because you know, Graves is quite annoying, right? I know that I counter him and so on and so forth with my W, but whenever you're ahead and you have a huge bounty on your head, you want to go a little bit more defensive, right? Because you already have a goal to spend, so why not, right? Also, it's gonna help us a lot maintaining our bounty and not giving away not giving it away to enemy team. So right now we're just putting a pink ward on the dragon. They're gonna go for a dragon play. I know that our jungler is not here, but we feel confident enough to be able to pressure away the Graves, so I just run into Graves, I R him and pull him back out of his R, and then he's forced to flush out, and right now I know that the casting can finish out the dragon, so I go for a mid wave, which is not ideal because Graves steals it. So that was yeah, a bit awkward, but also there's like 5 people mid lane and everyone is grouped for dragon, so I needed to push in the wave so we don't lose the tier 1 turret. So it's a bit awkward, but you need to prioritize the mid wave, right? Especially when you have man disadvantage and you don't have a jungler on your side. It's a bit more difficult that way. So right now, after pushing my mid wave, I make sure to go for a recall because I want to get my crit cloak, I want to be as powerful as possible. Also, there's nothing going on the map, so you should always try to reset when you're not losing much, right? At the same time, you want to be as powerful as possible. I also have 500 gold shutdown, which is quite significant amount, so I need to make sure to not throw it to enemy team and not let them come back to this game, right? Because we're currently winning. So right now we are pushing in the mid wave again. We try to look for a pick, nothing happens. I'm like, okay, maybe we can go for a blue buff, and then I see a huge angle with my R. I cancel the Graves R again, and we get a pick. And we get a pick on the Graves, and then I pop Ghost and I start running it. I start running it all the way, and when I see the Orianna, I'm like, oh, nope, nope, I don't want any of that, and I just back out. We get the mid turret. We already opened up the map so much, the game is looking really good for us, and before backing out, of course, I'm gonna take the enemy jungle as well to deny as many resources as possible. So this is so nice for us and puts us in a really great spot. So right now I'm gonna go for a Gromp as well, but because Lily is here, I'm just gonna leash her, and yeah, she just smites it, so I mean, not much I can do about that, right? So right now I'm gonna be resetting. So a skirmish appears in the jungle. Of course, our Lilia gets melted, right? But nothing we can do about that either, right? And when we recalled, we went for a Vamp Scepter. So you should always prioritize Crit Cloak over the Vamp Scepter to make sure that you have as much damage as possible. Also, if enemy team doesn't have much poke, then, you know, Vamp Scepter not gonna give you a good value. So right now, instead of helping the top lane, I decide, okay, let's go for a pick on Orianna. So yeah, we get the Orianna. After we get the Orianna, we're gonna continue pushing the mid turret. Of course, I drop the aggro because I don't want to get poked down and not be able to participate in the fight. But we got a pick on Orianna, and because we got a pick on Orianna, we might be able to siege mid lane. So right now the Graves is still top side, so I'm pinging to go in, right? Because this turret is really low, so we can get the turret for free. Gwen is here, so I need to be careful not to give my shutdown to a Gwen, or the game gonna be really difficult. And right now I get Bard ulted, and my Senna was not close enough to me to actually E onto her. I was so mad. I was just looking at that Senna like, why? Why you didn't come? Why you didn't let me E onto you, right? And I just mentioned like we shouldn't give a bounty to the Gwen, and I give 1 key bounty to the Gwen, which gonna make the game way harder than it was before. So it depends how ahead you are, but right now my jungler is pathing towards raptors, and I just take the raptors in front of her face. A lot of junglers gonna get mad about it, but when you're 7-2, oh, she does get mad about it, so it was my mistake, I suppose, but like, it's a good thing to do. Like, you always want to... Oh, I get caught here on my ban. So, yeah. Anyways, so you always want to take the jungle camps after minute 20. And right now, yeah, I got so tilted from this Lily, I pressed the yes, right? I never surrender, by the way, because I knew my team not gonna surrender. I pressed the yes just for... yeah, just why not, right? But yeah, right now the Graves just one-shotted me, which I didn't expect to happen, right? But really nice Bard Q as well, right? So well played to them. And we lose the dragon, which is not ideal. And it's already 3 dragons, and we're gonna have the soul soon. So this game we're dominating the bot lane. Enemy Caitlyn is literally 1-6, and still we have no dragons because our jungler is really behind, and she's not playing for objectives whatsoever. She's just running around map, not doing much either. She's like 2-3-3 right now, having 5 kill participation while the ADC has 11. So that's quite unfortunate. Right now Senna pings for a Baron, which doesn't make too much sense, so I just push mid instead, right? I see Orianna bot, and after we push in mid, maybe now we can look for a Baron. That would be ideal, right? So we path towards the Baron buff, and then Lilia starts it. And Kastin is not here, but he has TP, so it should be fine. We're probably gonna turn right now on the Graves, right? Kastin is TPing in. We need to turn, by the way, like we should not do a Baron anymore. We either turn or run away. And now it becomes really awkward, and I just walk out of a Baron pit. But look at the Lilia. Lilia is still sticking on the Baron buff while she's alone. And now she dies because of that. And we just gave away a kill to enemy team for free. Just because she didn't play with the team. She's just so frustrated this game. She's not playing for any objective. She just stuck on that Baron buff. And right now Lily is down, so we need to make sure to push out the mid wave, and then we can contest the Baron if they do it. So right now Cassandra is TPing in, and I have my ultimate up, so I'm gonna look for a pick if I can. So right now he got poked down quite a bit. I go for a pick on Orianna, I auto attack while moving backwards, and the Senna 1v1s the Bard as well, so we get 2 picks, which is pretty good for us. And right now the Graves is just, yeah, not taking the correct path, so we kill the Graves as well. Our first goal is to push out the mid wave. After you push out mid wave, we will go Baron. Alright, perfect. We're moving towards the Baron. Only Gwen and Caitlyn is alive, and there's 5 people alive in our team, and the jungler respawns in 20 seconds. Also, you can use your W to ignore the damage from the Baron, which is pretty cool. Right now we just got a free Nasher because of our picks. Really well played by Cassante, and yeah. So right now, because we have literally 0 dragons, we go deny the dragon soul real quick, right? And we already got a pick on Gwen and Graves, so we're coming back to the mid wave. Okay, so we're gonna be pushing the mid wave, and then we're gonna go look for jungle camps. So yep. Yeah, we're going for that. Perfect. So right now we're gonna go for wolves into Gromp into top, or maybe I'm gonna go top instantly depending how it goes. So right now Graves is coming, so I'm kiting away from the Graves. I take the wolves. I'm looking for a blue buff as well. I'm looking to cheese the Graves. Okay, I cancel his R with my R. We get a quick pick on him. Do we? Yeah, we do. And then my goal is to get out of that situation. The Shubo value, the Bard ults me, but it shouldn't matter too much because there's no follow-up. So we get a free pick on the Graves, and then we're looking to push mid, and we're looking to fight more. But because I'm quite low HP right now, I thought maybe I shouldn't help the team. I should go do red buff into Krugs into bot. But when I see my team fighting, I'm like, okay, while we're fighting, I'm gonna go for the mid inhib. So Lilia actually gets a pick on the Caitlyn, and then I join the team and start pushing the mid wave. And because Graves and Caitlyn is dead, we're gonna be literally pushing for a Nexus. And good thing that I didn't go bot lane, because right now we're gonna go for a Nexus. There's gonna be a fight going on. The Gwen is our main target. She got my 1k shutdown, and I live with 1 HP. And then I look to survive. I try to dodge the Graves R just in case with my E, but the Grave R was late, and we end the game. Let's freaking go. Oh my god, this Lilia's name also, Full Mute Noobs. So she was a bit toxic, a little difficult to play against, but we made it work, which is always nice. And right now, of course, we have to honor the support, right? I don't know if I'm gonna honor the support this game through, because the support was inting quite a bit, but maybe. You never know, right? So let's see who I'm gonna be honoring. And my honor goes to Senna still. Even though she inted, I still honored with Senna. And right now we promoted to Diamond 1, 28 LP, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. We're going back to Masters in no time. Okay, that's perfect. And right now we check the stats. And yeah, actually the Senna played really well. And as you can see, she literally only died 4 times at the start of the game. And because we started snowballing, yeah, when the game started to go way better, and she didn't die a single time afterwards. So really well played by her and making this huge comeback happen. Anyways, that's about it for this episode. Feel free to leave a like, feel free to leave a comment below. Are you enjoying this type of content more, where I'm more focused on the waves, on the recall timings, on what items I'm building, and then my macro decisions at mid game, late game, and why I'm making those macro decisions? Because I feel like these kind of series where I'm explaining the wave management, because the wave management changes, right? For example, if I had someone like Trash, I would put my wave next to me, right? I would freeze more, right, to look for all-ins easier, but it depends on what support you have and how ahead you are. Can you actually pressure the team, right? And explain my thought process throughout the games. I'm also not cutting out any games. I'm going through every single game, right? If it's a win, if it's a loss, so there's more content to learn from. Anyways, that's about it for this episode. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice rest of your day.